If you want to understand the modern internet, stop thinking like a user and start thinking like a dealer. Because what powers today's biggest platforms isn't content, creativity, and community. It's addiction economics. The attention economy functions less like media and more like a drug ring. Let me explain. There's a product, there's a supply chain, there are pushers, middlemen, and kingpins. And at the bottom of it all, there's a demand that has to be fed constantly. Not because people are evil, but because the system is designed to create craving. Your attention is the drug. Your time is the currency, and advertisers are the ones paying to keep that supply flowing. In this episode of Ad Secrets Uncovered, I'm going to break down the attention economy using the only framework that makes sense, the structure of a drug ring. Not metaphorically, but mechanically. Because once you see the parallels, then you'll understand why quitting apps feels more difficult than quitting some habits, and why the system doesn't want you sober. This is the attention economy explained like a drug ring. Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ad Secrets Uncovered. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. Every drug ring starts with a substance that creates demand. In the attention economy, that substance is dopamine. Dopamine isn't pleasure, it's anticipation. It's the chemical that says something rewarding might be next. And the human brain is wired to chase that signal relentlessly. Social platforms learn how to manufacture dopamine at scale, not through one big hit, but through microdoses delivered constantly. Likes, notifications, new posts, infinite scroll. Each one is small, but unpredictable. And that unpredictability is what is critical. Predictable rewards create habits. Unpredictable rewards create addiction. This is the same principle used in slot machines and gambling. You don't know when the reward is coming, only that it might. And that's what keeps you pulling that lever. In the attention economy, scrolling is the lever, and ads are inserted directly into that dopamine loop. They don't interrupt the high, they ride it. This is why attention is more valuable than time. You can be on a certain app for hours, but only some of those moments are chemically charged. The system learns when your dopamine spikes and places ads right there. Cigarettes needed nicotine. Alcohol needs ethanol, and the attention economy needs uncertainty and novelty. And unlike physical drugs, this one doesn't require ingestion, just exposure. That's why the addiction feels invisible. You're not chasing a substance, you're chasing the next feeling. In any drug ring, dealers don't manufacture demand, they distribute it. Social media platforms are playing the same exact role. They don't create your desire for validation, novelty, or connection, but they definitely do exploit it. Their job is to keep the drug flowing as smoothly and as frequently as possible. That's why feeds never end. That's why notifications are timed. And that's why content is personalized. Every design choice has one goal: reduce friction between craving and consumption. Pushers don't want you thinking, they want you reaching. And platforms don't want you deciding what to do next. They want the next thing already waiting. And just like street level dealers, platforms don't profit directly from the product. They profit from volume. The more attention they move, the more valuable they become to advertisers upstream. Your engagement metrics are their proof of distribution power. That's why platforms obsess over time spent, daily active users, and retention. They're trying to keep you on the platform as long as possible so they can keep serving you more and more of that drug. If people were satisfied and left, then the entire system would collapse. Satisfaction is bad for business. Craving is profitable. So platforms engineer dissatisfaction by design. You're not supposed to feel done. You're supposed to feel almost satisfied. That's how you keep scrolling, and that's how the distribution never stops. If you're a business owner and you're not getting consistent leads and sales, this is usually why. People aren't buying because something in the decision process isn't clicking yet, whether it's trust, belief, or clarity. In my buyer psychology audit, I tell you exactly what's stopping people from buying, what needs to change, and what to stop wasting time on, so you can then go generate more leads and sales without guessing. I take what I learned over the last 6 years, generating over 8 figures in sales for my agency clients, and apply it directly into these sessions. I only take a limited amount of these sessions per month because it is a hands-on diagnostic, and I want to make sure I'm giving each session the attention that it deserves. Every day you wait, missing out on leads and sales, that's just money flowing down the drain. And one day, how much money are you losing? In 2, 3, a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, how much money are you losing by not fixing this problem? So if you want more leads and sales for your business without wasting more time and more money, click the link in the description right now and book your buyer psychology audit. In a real drug ring, the money doesn't come from users. It comes from suppliers funding distribution. In the attention economy, advertisers are the suppliers. They don't buy ads. They buy access to addicted attention. Platforms don't sell space, they sell moments when your brain is most receptive. The more precisely those moments are identified, the higher the price. And that's why data matters more than just creativity. Advertisers don't just want reach, they want timing as well, because it's not enough you just see my ad. I want you to see it at the right time. Advertisers want you when you're tired, when you're insecure, when you're bored, and when your defenses are low. And platforms are happy to provide that because your behavior trains the system for free. Every pause, every scroll, every click, you're training the algorithm how to sell you better. The more you engage, the more valuable you become. Not as a person, of course, but as a pattern. That's why ads feel eerily relevant. We've all had those moments where we thought people were listening in on our conversations because we see ads for exactly what we were talking about right after we were speaking on it. They aren't lucky. It isn't a coincidence. They're optimized. And this is why the system can't slow down. Platforms promise performance and advertisers expect big returns. The moment attention dries up, all the money stops. So the system keeps the supply flowing, no matter the cost to mental health, focus, or autonomy. Quitting a drug ring isn't just about willpower. It's also about environment too. Addicts relapse when triggers are everywhere, when the substance is easy to access, when social life revolves around use. That's exactly how the attention economy is structured. You can't avoid social media platforms without avoiding work, news, friends, and culture itself. The drug is literally embedded in daily life. Notifications are the trigger, boredom is the cue. Scrolling is the ritual, and dopamine is the reward. And ads are woven into this experience so tightly, they feel indistinguishable from content. That's why saying just use it less doesn't really work. The system isn't neutral. It's actually adversarial. Every time you exist, the algorithm adjusts. It learns what pulls you back. It doesn't punish you, it waits. Like Al Pacino said, as soon as I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That patience is what makes the system so powerful. Physical drugs damage the body. Attention addiction erodes focus, impulse control, and emotional regulation. And slowly enough that you blame yourself instead of the system. And because nothing tangible is consumed, there's no obvious rock bottom, just constant low-grade craving. Understanding the attention economy as a drug ring doesn't mean you escape it, but it definitely does change how you participate. You stop asking, why am I so distracted? And you start asking, what's being pushed to me right now? You recognize that your attention is being harvested, packaged, and sold, not as a punishment, but as business. That awareness weakens the illusion. You begin to notice when content is engineered to provoke emotion rather than to inform. You notice when outrage is amplified, when insecurity is triggered, and when ads slide right in just at that perfect time. The goal isn't to quit the system entirely, but to stop confusing compulsion with choice. Drug rings thrive on invisibility and normalization. Once the structure is exposed, its power fades, not because the system collapses, but because you stop playing your role unconsciously. Now you know what's going on. The attention economy isn't broken. It's actually perfectly tuned. It creates cravings, distributes hits, rewards dependency, and monetizes relapse. Your attention is the drug. Platforms are the dealers, advertisers are the suppliers, and the system survives as long as you keep coming back for more. And once you understand how the game works, you stop mistaking addiction for entertainment. And that's the first step toward getting your attention back. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.